Good morning, guys. G here. Welcome to G's Bird Room. So just wanted to give a little tip for you guys. When should we change the water of our birds? Okay, so this room temperature right now is 72 degrees. Humidity is only at 30. Humidity, I like it to be around 45, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, you know, on a real hot day. That being said, so right now my water is been in for about 2.5 days, and I change it within every 2 days, simply because if you leave waterers, this is the one I use. It holds, you can probably not go 3 to 4 days without changing it if you want to. If the room temperature is at like 60 to 65, with different birds that don't need room temperature to be from 70 and up, bacteria starts to build up in waterers. Water that don't move, simply like a waterfall, like a river, is always moving. That water don't smell. Ponds and stuff like that, little water holes, those tends to smell. Why? Because there's no movement in water. Same thing in our waterers. This is it. Birds drink, their saliva goes into the water. If you have multiple birds in the cage, that's 2 different types of bacteria that's going into the waterers. Yes, they're immune to it, but if that bacteria ferments because this room temperature is hot, then that's a different story. So right now the waterers tend to have a little bit of a stench. Caught it in time, okay? Every 2 days. 2.5 days is kind of pushing it for me. 3 days, it's a no, because the water is stink. And that stink, that bacteria, some people like to have it where the birds get immune to it. That's perfectly fine. You can make your birds get immune to a lot of different bacterias. But these birds are in cages where they're not going nowhere but that. So they're immune to their cage. That's why when you bring an outside bird into your cage, into your bird room, you gotta quarantine it first. Because your bacteria in your cage can be at one level, and his bacteria at the other cage can be at a different level. So there's different levels of bacteria. We just don't know the level of our bacteria because we don't test it. I don't test it, you know. But you will know if you bring a bird and put it in a population. Like this cage over here, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 birds in here. Give or take 10, 12 birds. I'll bring 2 birds, throw it in here. Those birds can get sick, or those birds can make my birds sick. If they make my birds sick, their bacteria was higher than mine. If my birds get them sick, my bacteria was higher than theirs. If it's neutral, then hey, you scored, it's a plus. You know, but I would never come and buy 10 birds at a pet store or at a bird expo, bring them and put them in my cage. That's 10 different type of bacteria that you're bringing into your bird room and introducing to your birds just like that. And that's not good. Hey, whoever does it, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm saying I don't do it. And it's not good for me not to do. Okay, I'm not gonna say don't do this, don't do that, because that's not what I do. I'm saying that's not what I would do. I would put them in quarantine in a brand new, a clean cage. It doesn't need to be brand new. Bleach it out. Kill any type of bacteria that you have in that cage. Bleach it out. Put all the birds in there, because if you're gonna treat one by one, that's 10 different cages. I'll just bring all those birds, put them in there at the same time. Yes, those are 10 different types of bacteria from other breeders. But you're putting medication in the water to kill that type of bacteria level. So you're bringing it down. Okay? You don't need to give medication to your birds because you know your bird room is good. My bird room is good. Everybody here is good. They're on a system. Okay? I don't need to give medicine to my birds because I'm bringing new birds in my bird room. The new birds, I'll bring them to my house, keep them there, and then introduce them to my bird room. Okay? And at the same time, as soon as the birds are in here, the next day, I'll do a little, there's a whole tablet. Do I have it here? Yeah, I do. I'll smoke the bird room. Okay? This is what I use. Perfect example. I'll just use a little quarter. Okay, they come in a block. And it smells really good, guys. It smells real good. Your bird room, it's an amazing smell. It smells real nice. So I introduced the birds. They got medication in my house. Bring them here, you know, just to kill any linger, anything they have in their air sacs that can put in the air. Anything can get your bird sick. Okay. So I'll give them this. I'll smoke the whole bird room, just so everybody can be on the same level. This is not medication. This just kills air sac mites, bugs in the bird room, bugs on the birds, if they have any type of that kind of stuff. So that's what I'll do. Once the bird is in here, I'll just smoke their room real quick. I'll do a quarter, and that's about it. But guys, every 2 days, I like to change the waters. They start to smell, they start to ferment, birds will get sick. If your birds are not used to it, if you have stronger birds than Lady Goulians, Star Finches, you know, these birds tend to be more on the weaker side. Our Finches are pretty strong. Parrot Finches, so-and-so, cutthroats, a little bit there. Zebra Finches, those birds will freaking live through anything, you know. But the Goulians, they tend to be more on the fragile side. You got expensive birds, Strawberry Finches, Cordon Blues, European Goldfinch, the Green Finch, Goulians. You got Parrot Finch, different types of Star Finches. Owl Finches, like I mentioned, Parrot Finch, Eagle Society, Diamond Dove, Shaft Tails, Grass Mass Finch. So we got a good little variety here. And boy, believe me, there's a bunch more to come. This is like an addiction. To me, this is my drug, you know. I come in here, it's like, I'm satisfied. Let's face it, guys. Us bird guys, us guys that keeps bird, if somebody comes and gives you can have 100 birds, and if somebody comes with a cage with 50 birds and be like, here, take it, you know, I damn well I'm gonna take it, you know. It's never enough. Even if we don't have room, we make room. We build something else. We make it bigger. We add space. It's always an add. It's never, all right, I'm content with this. Let's keep this right here. This is a good number. No, we always want more. So that being said, guys, waterers change every 2 days simply because my room temperature is on a higher heated room. Right now it's at 74, 73, and sometimes they get up to 76. So I have to constantly keep changing these waterers. I cannot let it sit, especially when you have babies in a nest. Okay, you got the parents, and now you got 4 babies in the nest. Parents are feeding, going in the waterers. That's all that bacteria just going in. When the bacteria from that day, and then the next day, and the next day, if you leave it and it just lingers on. So I like to change waterers every 2 days, simply because the smell, the stench in the bottle will start to prepare itself, and that's when you start having problems. I know from experience. I lost a European goldfinch, a male, and guys, I paid 280, almost, it was like $320. I did the egg food. The waterers was on that second day. I did egg food, saying, okay, do the egg food. I'll change the water when I get back. I gave the egg food. I went to work and got back. By then, the bird already got the bacteria. 2 days later, the bird's already fluffed up. I tried. A week later, the bird's dead. Okay, so I did the mistake of leaving the egg food for over 8 hours, and the waterers didn't change it. Okay, I have a rule, 2 hours. That's it. Give egg food, 2 hours later, take the egg food out, clean all the waterers. Clean them all. Okay, that's it. And not change the waters. I'm talking about, I have, so there's 40 waterers, let's say, 40 waterers. I have an extra 40 waterers in my house that I bleach, and then I bring down in a bag that's new, clean. So I'll take all these out, put it in the bag, and then I'll put brand new waterers, clean waterers, bleached waterers. Okay? I don't go rinse this out and put fresh water back in. No, I don't do that. This water will be dumped. This little plastic container will be in the bag, taken to my house, cleaned out, washed out, bleached out, and then bring it back every 2 days. That same cycle. Same cycle. So that's what I like to do, guys. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm glad to have you guys here, like always. And I hope I get to teach you guys a little something that I do. It's all about the temperature in your bird room, guys. If it's higher, I suggest you change that water frequently. You know, if it's not as high, then you can add another day or so. But keep in mind, after you dump the water, smell the plastic container, and that will determine if you can keep adding a day or subtract a day. All right, that being said, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one.